Okay, another beautiful sunny day in Thailand, people. What's going on? Welcome back to the Shimmy Show. Turn this guy around so you can see me. Sit her on the fucking ledge here. Okay, am I in focus? Frame, hello. Welcome to another Shimmy Show brain dump episode. All right. So here's what I got to think about before I go to the market today and get some food. For one, it's too hot right now. As soon as that sun gets a little cloud over it, I'll go. I don't like being out in the peak middle of the day. What you guys were just looking at there, I apologize if my voice sounds low. I cannot hear shit today. Okay, I went to the dentist yesterday, teeth whitening and laser teeth whitening and cleaning. And the aftermath is for the next 2 days. I can't eat anything at all, and I have like sore jaws. So I can't really hear shit either. My hearing is kind of bad. So fuck with me on that anyway. I hope voice isn't too low here. So anyway, that aside, I'm happy with the teeth cleaning and whitening. I'm very happy with the results here they do in Asia. And I wanted to talk today, this episode, more about Aspergers autistic spectrum disorder, which I'm more or less discovering I pretty much had all my life. In the last probably month or two, I've done a lot of research on it and viewed a lot of channels and done a lot of reading on the DSM-5 and discovered that I'm really not that crazy. You know, I'm just different and my brain is wired to do things differently than other people or whatever. And it explains a lot of my past behaviors and habits and routines, actually. A big trait of Aspy people is we like habits, routines, the same multiples of things, right? And I can bring back this example as far back as, I can't remember too far back, but let's just say 20 years ago in the late 1990s, right? Anybody who knew me in the late 90s knew that I had this thing for cereal. Like I was, as a teenager and up until maybe age 25 or so, maybe up till almost age 30, I used to always have cereal in my house. Like I'd have to have like a dozen boxes of cereal, usually of the same type. It's got to be either Raisin Bran, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and my personal favorite, Cracklin' Oat Bran, right? And I would have like at least 9 boxes of the Oat Bran and 3 of the Cinnamon Crunch or the other, and I mix them together to make my own little flavor, right? And it had to be done this certain special way. Like I had to have these cereals as like a staple of my diet. I wasn't following a diet program. I was still a runner at the particular time, but I just liked it. And it's like once I like something, I really indulge and I like buy it in bulk. You know what I'm saying? It's just what I do, you know. So that's a trait of Aspy people I found out, Aspergers. I can tell you where it came from, actually. Okay, when I was like a kid, there used to be this like 12-pack of little micro cereal boxes, like the size of like a credit card or whatever. It would have like either 6 or 12, like a 12-pack variety pack of cereal boxes in the aisle for the same price as one big box of cereal. And, you know, as a kid, mom would be like, you know, you get to pick your own cereal or whatever. So I'd pick the variety pack sometimes. And sometimes in the variety pack, there'd be a little small sample size box of Kellogg's Cracklin' Oat Bran. And I'd get this one and I'd be like, ooh, I like this one because the cereal tastes like oatmeal cookies, right? Now, the downside to this is that I like the cereal, but Cracklin' Oat Bran, to this day even, it's the most expensive fucking cereal in the cereal aisle. Okay, last I looked, in most stores, it's over $4 a box. I haven't bought this shit in like probably 10 years or so. I kind of crave it sometimes, but I gave up my cereal addiction, right? But yeah, man, this was some shit. So as a teenager and whatever, as a kid, I said, one day when I get rich, I'm going to be able to buy all the Cracklin' Oat Bran in the store. Sure enough, you know, starting with my internet business in like 97, 98, living alone independently, I went ahead and did that. I'm making good money. I'd go to the grocery store. I'd buy up all 12, 13, 20 boxes of Cracklin' Oat Bran. I would literally like clean this shelf off in my cart. And anybody that knows me from the early 90s, 2000s, they know this about me. Now, I try to save and get coupons and shit like that, but I like to collect my favorite things in bulk. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason I collected all this cereal in bulk, okay? There's a reason there were 7 Volkswagen Rabbits parked in my house, 3 on the side of the house, 1 in the garage, 2 in the driveway, etc., etc. I like having multiples of the same shit rather than having a variety of, shit I may or may not like or whatever. It's a trait of Aspy people, I think, to be like collectors of very specific things that they individually like, right? Now, you would think that somebody would have pointed this out to me in my younger years, but everyone just said, oh, he's an eclectic, eccentric guy, guys with money, they do these kind of things. But no. There's a reason. This is not normal behavior. Most people would not do this thing, right? Most people don't eat the same foods every day. Most people like a variety in their routine. You talk to the average person, they want to have, fish on Friday, pasta on Wednesday, this and that. I'm not like that. I'm just like a dog or a cat that eats the same bowl of dog food every day. Just pour the kibbles and bits in the bowl. I'll be happy. I like it that way. I don't want you to change my food. Don't change the flavor. Don't alter the texture. Don't alter the packaging. Don't fuck with it in any kind of like micro way or I'm going to detect it. And definitely don't fuck with the ingredients, right? So that's me in a nutshell, right? And I wonder, I guess I could blame it on lack of the internet or whatever, or lack of, my family, my mom and friends and this and that not being able to diagnose this in me. They always said that I was like a gifted child. Growing up, and I went to the Oakland public school system, unfortunately, for most of my educational years, right? And since elementary school, I even skipped kindergarten, actually, they put me in accelerated classes called GATE program. It stands for Gifted and Talented Education. The nerd program, basically, So they viewed me as like being a super smart guy, which I was. I was a very advanced student, a very early reader. From what I understand, they actually wanted to bump me from kindergarten to 5th grade based on my reading level. And my mom was like against it because of development and this and that. So I've always been the little guy in the class that's been like 1 year younger than everybody else or 2 years younger than everybody else in some cases. So that's affected me by being the shorter guy, the smaller guy, the slower guy, the less athletic guy, and all that shit. So socially, I have been very retarded by just being skipped ahead of grade. And I couldn't imagine what being 5 years ahead of the curve would have done to me or whatever, right? But I don't think it was because I'm just like innately a smart guy. There's more to it than that. It's like the Aspergers it's affected my learning and study habits and whatever. Like when I like something, I really, 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 really indulge in the research of it. And I truly care about it and I want to do good at it and I want to be the best at it. And I'll repeat the process over and over and fucking over until I get it done properly. Like, engineer properly, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't like to skip steps in anything or whatever. So, I've always had a strong suit in, computer programming, math, this and that. And I attest it to just like my upbringing, again, I grew up in a house full of school teachers. You know what I'm saying? My family, my black side of the family and my African side of the family, they're very, very smart, very smart. You know what I'm saying? So with them being school teachers, I grew up in the basement of this house in Oakland, California, in East Oakland. In the basements where all the LP records were, just bookshelves and bookshelves and bookshelves of books. Unfortunately, they were all mostly all black authors and the whole 1970s shit. So I'm all heavily programmed on that shit just because that was what was around me or whatever. Just imagine if they had books about physics and this and economics and shit instead of the black people struggle and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But, Black feminists, femdom, all that shit. They power to the people. Let's burn this motherfucker down. Those are the books they have. Fight the power. Assalamu alaikum. So I grew up in you just have all these books around. You can't help but read them. I can't help but read Roots and Alex Haley and Maya Angelou and all the so-called African American diaspora. I'm heavily, heavily educated on it. And then I don't really like to talk about that shit, actually, because it's like it's been beaten into my head since childhood. But I'm very, I know my black shit inside and out. I can read it, write it, speak it, say it like a see and say, but I realize it's not actually applicable or practical or usable in much of the outside world, let alone Southeast Asia, where the fuck I am now. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. Do you think anybody knows who the fuck Huey P. Newton is here? Nobody knows who Malcolm X is, et cetera, et cetera. Marcus Garvey, Black Star Line, etc., etc. Don't nobody know or care, man. So it's like a very localized. The whole 1970s, whatever you want to call it, Black Power thing or whatever going on is a very localized thing. It doesn't help you in a worldwide scheme of things. Not in 2019 or whatever. So, is what it is, man. Learn about stocks. Fuck it. Be a webmaster. Shoot porn. Do something useful. Exercise. Run. Rah. So anyway, yeah, man. So my family. They didn't have too many friends growing up, actually. But my family, they missed the Aspergers thing. The school district missed this. The teachers missed this. They just said, this guy, he's a gifted guy. His mom is a teacher. He reads a lot of books. He's just a fucking nerd. He's unathletic, this, that, and the other. But nobody ever really... I never remember going to a counselor or went to a psychiatrist once as a kid when my parents finally linked up at age 15 or whatever for like visitation and shit. But even still, she didn't diagnose me as autism, Aspergers, or anything like that. So I just think it was just a very different world for me to grow up in the 80s and 90s than it is today. Thankfully today, due to the technology of the internet, people from around the world can reach out to you, and you can find people who have similar traits and things and be like, oh, I'm kind of like this person or kind of like that person a little bit. Well, if they have that, there's chances are that I have that too, because I see the world the same way, this, that, and the other, right? Repetition, habits, collecting multiples of things, same routine, same foods, definitely Asperger's traits or whatever, to taken to the extreme, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I say, when I like something, I just give it all to me and give me a good price on the bulk deal. I'm like the Costco of everything, you know what I'm saying? So now at least I know why. At least I have a better explanation of why shit is the way it is. You know what I'm saying? And this is just like the tip of the iceberg of Aspy, but it's a major component. It's a major component. It's like, if you're ever trying to self-diagnose yourself, you need to look at the symptoms of what these things are and see how true you are, what percentage of shit, is valid towards your existence or whatever. So that is what it is, man. I'm an Aspy. I am what I am. I like working on my projects. I like being alone. I enjoy doing these brain dumps. I do this shit because I don't watch that TV on the wall or in the other room. I'm not interested. Really, I'm not. I really don't care. So this is my TV for all motherfucking 3 or 4 of you people that watch this shit. And it helps me to go on throughout my day and do my routine and exercise. And I feel better afterwards, basically. So if anybody out there has Asperger's and they feel better after they blog, after they monologue, after they podcast, after they do all their little motherfucking Catholic style confessions and shit or whatever, hit me up in the comment section and let me know. It is what it is. Like it if you want to. I'm not doing this shit for likes, obviously. Oh, and by the way, just so those of you who are wondering, I don't know if, because my videos tend to hop from channel to channel to channel. I'm always upload one here, upload one there. I don't give a fuck like that, right? For you guys who don't know, I'm not doing this channel for profit. Anytime you see me pretty much sitting in a motherfucking room by myself talking to the camera, it's not because I'm selling something to you on this video. This is just the real me just talking shit and purging my brain of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I have other channels that I monetize. For you guys that don't know, I'm an adult webmaster. I do videos and shit. Just Google The Shimmy Show on some other Google or other Bing or some other search engine and you'll see my other shit there. I have movies for sale and this, that, and the other. However, this project right here, my real name, The Shimmy Show, Shimley's McBeb, YouTube, etc. This is just the real me, man. I reach out to motherfuckers who are like me, like-minded. This, that, and the other. I collect a little bit of hate, this and that, but it's more for me to feel better. You got to do something in life for yourself to feel better, I think. I do. And since I don't really have like a job to report to or a boss or this or that or the other, this is how I feel social. This is how I actually... how you can say I practice my voice, if that makes any sense at all. consider that if I'm an actor and I'm in front of the camera all the goddamn time, I have to be aware of how I look on camera, let alone make sure that my equipment functions and this, that, and the other, and my lights function and whatever. But I like to see and hear myself and play back myself so that I can see how I, just come across to myself in the other world. So I end up doing these shows, and I might play it back 2 or 3 days later and say, oh, well, this particular day I looked like this, or I felt like that, or I came across like that. Maybe I'm not speaking from the chest enough. Maybe I'm talking too fast and I need to speak more coherently. Or maybe I need to raise my voice, the volume. Maybe I look fat today. Or maybe I got to exercise more. Or I shouldn't have skipped 1, 2, or 3 things or whatever. Or maybe I need more protein. If you never, what I'm saying? It's like, I always see girls forever in their compacts, I think they call them, the mirror things, the Pac-Man lip thing, doing their makeup and shit all the time. I'm constantly seeing this, right? So I guess this is my version of having a fucking compact for shimmy. Yeah, I like to turn my camera on and look and see and hear myself talk so that I can see how I look when I go out in the outside world, since I don't have anybody in my motherfucking house 95% of the time to bounce back reaction, feedback, or whatever from. You know what I'm saying? It can be a very dangerous thing, I think, if you live in isolation, especially if you're like a gamer or a computer dude, or you're just working online, this and that. It's very possible you can spend days, weeks on end without motherfucking interacting with any other humans, because you're not exactly required to leave your house or leave your desk, or because you're always, working, uploading, programming, coding, or something like that. Right. So at least by having YouTube or even social, Instagram, Facebook, so there's something to upload yourself to, your own site or whatever, you can at least have a gauge of how you come across to the outside world or how you sound to other people. Listen to your own voice, correct your tonality, look at how you look in the fucking mirror. I got to go shave today. Okay, I wouldn't know that if I didn't do this show. Exactly. So it's a good way to gauge yourself or whatever. And by the way, the Shimmy Show, for those of you who don't know, this shit, okay, this is really cool, actually. The Shimmy Show is not new. The Shimmy Show, I started it in 1996. Yeah. Go to www.archive.org, type in theshimmyshow.com, and you will see shows and podcasts and shit predating motherfucking YouTube on my own server. Okay, back when I was in college in San Francisco, this, that, and the other. So it's like, I've always done these shows and brain dumps, and I've always just autobiographically blogged about how I feel, what's going on. Here's some pictures, videos. There's some old like race car shit and some old, you look me up in the 90s, I was like a real motherfucking Black Power Uhuru House kind of motherfucker or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But people change literally every 7 to 10 years or whatever. So, a couple years later, I got a white wife. I'm living in Canada. After that, I'm divorced, this, that, and the other. Now I'm in Asia. Then I'm in a Spanish country. Now I'm here. Nigga, I go around the fucking world. So it is what it is, right? But you shouldn't expect people to adhere to the same philosophy or the same tastes or the same foods or the same women or the same car or the same this all their fucking life, whatever, right? You guys would be like, man, Shimmy changed. I'm like, yeah, nigga, I'm going to continue changing too. What the fuck's wrong with you guys staying the same? God damn. I mean, you should be consistent in your personality and your dealings with people. But as far as your appearance and taste and you know what I'm saying or whatever, what the fuck? No, you should absolutely change, man. God damn. Change everything. Change your woman. Change your car. Change your workout. Change your food. Change your house. Fuck. I couldn't imagine living in the same goddamn house that I was living in 1998, 1999 than now. Your needs will change with time or whatever. Your wants will change with time. Okay? I'm happy I don't have to go clean a motherfucking swimming pool. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have to go buy motherfucking chlorine tablets and skim the pool and push a fucking lawnmower no more. As you get older or whatever, things change. Things I used to take pride in, like changing the oil on, well, I do that sometimes still, like changing the oil on my own car, doing some major shit, like changing a clutch on a car, changing a transmission, I used to pride myself, even when I had the money to go buy 100 of these motherfuckers at once, you know. I'd pride myself in that I could get down on my driveway, lay upside down, sometimes in minus 40-degree motherfucking snow, and replace fucking half shafts and axles and shit on my own Volkswagen and whatever. I used to pride myself in that. Now I'm like, oh man, I'm not gonna bust up my fucking knuckles, and these hands are all dry, and you know, I want to like count money and touch bitches and shit and that kind of thing. I'm not gonna go hurt myself. Fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying manual labor is beneath me, but as far as like having pride, it's one thing to know how to do something, and it's something else to like just do it for like the pride or the sake of it's some pride shit. I don't really have pride so much when it comes to manual labor anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? For it ends to a means or whatever, but there's no actual, no, I don't find any validation in just, you know, hurting myself or doing heavy lifting, carrying shit and shit that I don't really want to, you know, destroy my body with doing. Fuck that, you know? I mean, I could have a job right now in construction. I could be digging ditches in the hot Florida sun right now, you know, getting black as fuck, getting skin cancer, shortening my lifespan, you know, sucking up exhaust fumes from all the fucking diesel trucks and shit driving by. Oh, no. No, man. One thing that working with models and, you know, porn star actresses, girls, and just video work in general is I've learned of the cushy lives that models have. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times most video girls, they don't even wake up till noon. Okay, they'll sleep in. They miss the sun. They don't go out till 4 or 5, 6 o'clock at night. In Asia, Thailand particularly, they avoid the sun like the fucking plague. I've learned that from them. Like, wow, I can have, you know, softer skin, or, you know, I don't have like a leathery ass motherfucking face. I don't have to shave as often, etc. I've learned from women, things I have learned from women is I've learned how to preserve my body. I've learned how to take vitamins, take care of my hair, take care of my teeth, and do a lot of self-maintenance shit that I didn't have anybody around, or I couldn't have absorbed this without having women in my life or whatever. You know what I'm saying? For work, for hire, for dating, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You can learn a lot from women. Women do know how to live cushy motherfucking existences or whatever. Sometimes to a degree of being too fucking lazy or whatever and self-entitled. But I take from them what I can. You know what I'm saying? As far as smarts and life lessons or whatever. There's no need to physically bust your knuckles up till they're bloody and beat yourself down, working a fucking jackhammer. Oh my God, in Canada, I used to install satellite TV dishes on roofs. Okay? Mind you, it'll be cold, icy roofs. Snow, fucking 30-degree slopes and shit. I got on work boots and I'm only getting paid $30 to do this. That's what I sold my time for in Canada. Like, I'll install a dish on your roof for $30. I'll, you know, get up there, drill it down, level it, aim it to the dish, whatever, the satellite, Echo Star, whatever the fuck they call that shit, Nimic. And I'd pay $30 for this, not realizing, like, at any time, my black ass could have easily slipped off this icy fucking slope of a roof, broke my goddamn back, and been a paraplegic or something. But the things you do in your 20s or whatever, and 30s, it's like, oh, fuck, man. You know, you got a family, you got kids, you do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? But now, 40-year-old me, would I go up on a motherfucking roof? Fuck no. And I get this lesson from this one guy in Canada, actually. I need to thank him, actually, if I see him again. He owns a junkyard in Thunder Bay, Ontario, right? I ended up actually doing a dish install on the guy's fucking roof. And I went up there and I screwed it down on there. I did the job in like an hour or something. And I came down and he's like, man, thank you. I was like, what do you mean, man? You could have done this. It's just a drill. You know what I'm saying? While it's snowing and shit. And he was like, man, there ain't no way I'd get up there, man. I'd fall down, break my back, hurt myself, and I'd lose my business, this, that, the other. And I thought to myself, like, maybe I should be charging more than $30 for this. But I mean, that's all they were willing to pay a nigga for up there for that kind of shit. But it's like, I realized the value of manual labor, that men's manual labor is often highly risky and taken for granted. Our lives are fucking, you know, it's crazy. This shit, $30, what? Nigga, I can't even get no pussy for $30. So like, what the fuck? I mean, you want me to go do this life endangering, highly technical, highly skilled job for you for $30? Fuck. So it made me reconsider the whole manual labor world or whatever. It really did. You know what I'm saying? So I like to be indoors. I prefer to work online, work on my computer, shoot a movie, upload it, blog about my little quirks or whatever afterwards, whatever. But as a result, it's like, yeah, I'm not going to be falling off the roof, breaking my fucking legs or arms or limbs and shit. I'm not destroying my car sitting in stop and go traffic. I'm wondering, is it going to overheat? Is the clutch going to break? Is timing chain going to snap? Shit like that. Use my car limitedly as need be for leisure. When there's no motherfuckers on the road, that's when I'll drive. When the weather's cool, I'll go drive. As far as that traffic jam shit, if I see motherfuckers sitting in stop, nope, I can wait till later. Nothing I need to go out that bad for. I can wait till all these motherfucking drones go on about their business. And that's really the way people with money do it or whatever. And that's how you can actually preserve your fucking cars and not have to buy them every year or two or whatever. Just use them sparingly. You know what I'm saying? But some people, they're like, oh, I got to commute to work. I got to do this. Well, why do you have to work? If you didn't have that fucking car, would you have to go work for it so hard? If you didn't have, can't you get a hoverboard and go do this? Why can't you walk? Why can't you avoid this, that, and the other? Anyway. All right. Hey, guess what's going on? There's some cloud cover outside. Look at that, people. Got some gray sky coming in. So that means I can go get some food real soon. Yeah. See that little guy walking down there? I want to be like him when I'm 70 years old walking by my pool here. Yeah, man. So thanks for watching The Shimmy Show. This is my brain dump for the day. I'm going out to exercise. Well, I'm exercising in here. Then I'll shower. Then I'll go eat. Thanks for listening to me. I hope you guys can hear me with my new dental work. Cheese. But yeah, man, real talk. This is The Shimmy Show. If you have Aspergers, hit me up below if you like to buy, consume, and collect the same shit. All right? Peace and hair grease. I'm out of here. Sawadee ka. This is The Shimmy Show. #The Shimmy Show. Bye.